Welcome into Hot Lunch Takes. I'm your host, Lemar Patrick Sandiford, the athletic director here at Redlands Adventist Academy, and I got some of my boys joining me hosting this podcast. I got Luke Horner over here and Aiden Calhoun. What up, boys? Thanks for joining me.
How's it going?
It's going good. Hey, guys, we've been talking almost all year, about starting something to this podcast. I wanted to partner with you guys. I was trying to get you guys involved in leadership, but how did this idea come about of us doing this podcast?
I mean, honestly, we started back in when was it? It was like a couple months ago.
It started when we were TAing for him.
Did it even start even that far back?
Yeah,
last year was the fledgling part of the idea.
Well, we would show up with Zoe and Zoe, me, and Aiden, and we would always come to your office and we'd complain when you gave us work. But after that, Zoe kind of did her own thing, but me and Aiden always snuck into your office and broke in when you weren't there. And so you would walk in and be like, "How'd you get in there?" We'd be eating lunch and stuff, and over time we would yap so much that you brought up a podcast and seeing what we could do about it. So, I mean, here we are, first episode.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. It's been a dream. I got some of my boys helping me out, Coach Ben producing, and Sammy over there running the ones and twos for us, audio mixing. Even had a surprise guest, Alex, helping us get the board set up for this first show. So that's kind of cool. Big thank you to the guys behind the scenes. Let's just jump right in. Today's topic, we are talking sports because it's something that all of us are pretty passionate about and at least have some experience with. I'm thinking of Seventh-day Adventist sports in particular. I mean, I know you guys know, for me coming up, sports was nothing like what it was for what it is for you guys now, being able to have so many sports, swim, golf. You guys are on the golf team right now. Just came back from a golf match today. How'd that golf match go today, you guys?
It was good.
Did we get the dub?
Yeah, we won, but
how did you shoot?
Let's ask him how he shot.
Luke, was this one of your better scores? What did you get today?
Yeah, I was one stroke away from 39, breaking 40 today, but we finished with a 40. So
okay, that's positive framing, and we took the dub. I think we've for our league games, we've won all of our league matches this summer. So
undefeated,
we've been able to step up our game as Seventh-day Adventist sports with just having a lot more to offer you guys. How does playing for the SDA school compare to maybe playing for some? I know you guys have played some club, you've played some stuff growing up. How does it compare when you're playing for a Seventh-day Adventist Christian school? How does that differ from playing for a club?
Well, for me at least in basketball, when I played, because I did do some AAU earlier, like 8th grade. I think some freshman year too. It just feels, it's a whole different environment. Honestly, the Adventist world is a lot more. It's a lot more social. Everybody kind of knows each other, and everyone's able to ask like, "Oh, can you open this? Oh, you haven't like this." Yeah, a lot smaller. Well, you can say you're in a bigger pool. So a lot of coaches. Every kid wants their coach to be looked at, or every coach wants to look at a kid, and it's just, I think it's just a lot more competitive. Simply put,
right.
The kids there, since a lot of them are Adventists, they're wanting to. They got their Saturdays, they got Friday, they got everything free.
Absolutely.
So they're able to work at it all the time. And their school schedule, some of them don't even do school, some of them, don't barely do any. So I think that's a big difference.
Well, you talk about the social side. I want to hone in on that, especially thinking of some of the tournaments and things that we get to be involved with as Adventists. Do you think that being in an Adventist tournament, so to speak, you might go to a Loma Linda, play there for a basketball, or go up to an NBA and play there for a basketball or for a football tournament or something like that. Are those tournaments something that kids, when I was in school, man, that was the biggest deal, going up to NBA. We love to do that. And that's when we got into talking to girls up there at the NBA team, or me and my buddies would later do a road trip to Lodi and met some girls from there. Is that social side of sports, Adventist sports, make it like valuable to you guys, or are you guys just trying to find ways out of the system? Like, what have you found from those social side? Is that positive?
Well, I think for basketball, like recently for the one we just took to Texas for like Southwestern, right?
Yeah.
That one was, I think that was probably one of the more social ones. There's like the PUC one we had, that was really social. I think, you asking like that, compare that to public school.
Right. Public school, they're not necessarily, when we're going and spending the night at a tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son plays some travel. You go and travel there, but you're staying in a hotel with your family. For the basketball tournaments or football tournaments, you're staying in a tent with your friend, or you're staying in in an Airbnb with the whole team staying there together. Does that social side of Adventist sports add something to the table? If so, what is it? What does it add for?
And when it comes to AAU, especially basketball, even baseball, Jack was telling me too. Jack Powers was telling me, like, that is so much different. Even if you have a team at school, that school and AAU are completely different. You're basically on your own. Like you are sleeping with other guys that you don't know, like, at all. Like, you're in the same room with them, you don't know them. They're there to basically be better than you,
Right.
To be the best, to get looked at, to get scouted at. Now the chances of that are way lower, I guess, but there is still a chance. When it comes to like Adventism in these tournaments, especially during like the school year that we go on, it's a lot. I think it's a lot more. It's a lot more socially, I guess, socially friendly.
Right.
And everyone knows someone. You've always, because of Instagram and all of that. And it's like, oh, who's popular? Oh, you do this and that. When it's AAU, it's like, oh, that person's popular. I can't really say hi to them because I'm not there yet.
Maybe more about the competition at the club side.
It's more
than the social.
It's just more competitive all around.
Look, for you, if you could, because we've talked about this in the past. You kind of downplay a little bit the Seventh Adventist nature of sports. You kind of talked about how we are a little bit behind the times. You have said that. But if you could, Luke, create something within Adventism, something where we could further the sports world within the Seventh Adventist structure, right? So I'm not saying we're going to go out and join tournaments on Sabbath. But if you could create something in your head, what is something we could do better, or we could create within the Adventist structure that you'd like to see by the time you have kids coming up to RAA or whether it's another Adventist school? What's something that you'd like to see for the future?
Bigger facility for our school. I mean, better training programs, because I mean we're so like held back on certain things. Like our baseball field and soccer field is literally connected. Like, it just kind of sucks. ACA's got like 3 different fields. They have their own full gated section off. They got all their sponsors on it. Like, it just kind of sucks because we have to kind of cram when you got a softball game and a baseball game and I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Just over time, like, if we were able to put more money, I mean, even the gym, like if we had better gym equipment and just not better coaches, but more coaches and people that are more experienced would be great. But like I said, we're kind of restricted from some of that stuff just because, I mean, we're a smaller school and we don't get what other schools do get. But that would probably be my biggest.
Right. Put some money into the infrastructure itself and try to build into the training facilities. Yeah, I'd love to see that myself.
Yeah, because we want to create a foundation. We haven't really created a foundation.
We're kind of all over the place right now.
If we created a foundation, especially even if we had people that specialize in certain aspects of different sports, that would really improve what we have going on. And if kids showed up and saw the commitment, if they saw that the school was committed to caring, I think the kids would commit to caring.
Right, and the skill level would certainly
go up, and that's when we start winning, and that's when we create better bonds with other players and get other kids that come to our school that are more athletic.
Yeah, I agree, because like we're running out of coaches. Like they're eventually moving on. They're not going to come back and re-coach at Seventh-day Adventist school. They've got bigger opportunities in life. I mean, before Coach Tim passed, he was already, I mean, he was one of the best coaches, but
absolutely,
he was all over the place. He never got a break, and that was great because he was such a big impact,
absolutely,
on us. But he was planning on finding a different job, getting over, and look,
at the collegiate level.
Thank goodness Ryan's mom, Miss Renee, stepped up and is out there right now. But I mean, if Timmy went on with something else, if Timmy went on with something else and Mr. Renee didn't want to do it, we would have been screwed. I mean, Mr. Arnold can't do it. Jamie, Carter's dad, can't do it. We would have been in a pickle. Like, it would have been horrible. So, right. I don't know. Yeah. We need more. We need to get our name out there more because we need help.
The program would allow us to hire in coaches, certainly. And if we found ourselves, obviously being a smaller program, if we get success, our coaches are going to get poached by bigger programs. That's sports.
And they're
But we'll be able to replace them.
they're gonna have more of a drive to coach us. You know, like exactly what Aiden said. If us students saw that the school was more committed, we would be way more committed, and we'd be able to show up and actually put 100% instead of being like, oh, I'm not going to show up to practice today because I'm tired or something like that.
And the parents will know they're getting their money's worth for not just academics but the sports side of things.
Yeah,
Like it's not just going to, oh, let's buy something for this that's not even related to sports.
yeah.
I want to shift gears a little bit. We're talking about growing in sports as Adventists. One of the bigger things that in a sport specific, I know Aiden, you play basketball. Luke, you could play if you wanted to be honest, pretty athletic. But one of the things that's kind of popping off is the Adventist hoops All-Americans. And what is that? Is it Aiden, the top 20 at 22? I think boys all across the United States, Adventist hoopers, and top 21 girls players.
Yeah,
24 girls and
22 boys, right?
yeah, it's one off and the other off.
I can't see.
You're way too far. Like
Just come here. Just do it. It's fine.
But Aiden, what was it like? What did it feel like to be voted in? I mean, we're talking 24 players across the country. There are some pretty decent Adventist hoopers.
There is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you want. There are some. I mean, San Gabriel just won a state championship, and you have Oakwood going up and playing at states a few years up in their state a few years ago. We got some big time programs, and you got voted in as one of those 24 guys. What did that feel like?
I honestly, obviously, I'm really grateful that happened. I mean, I didn't expect myself to get picked. I literally put in my own submission. I didn't know who else did for me, because maybe it was just me, but I'm glad the coaches saw something in me, because that's what I really hoped would happen. Because I don't know, I've always felt like I just wanted to play at just a higher level, and getting the opportunity to play with these top players in the Adventist world is really cool. And I really appreciate, just really appreciate getting.
Now, I don't know if any of our viewers or listeners know about Adventist hoops or this All-American that Aiden got voted in, but what happened where players could be nominated, anyone could nominate a player, and then the college coaches, the Seventh Adventist college coaches from across the country, voted in the top 24 players. And later this summer, I think it's coming up in August, and I hope some of you guys will come out and watch this. But at the beginning of August, they're going to be putting on an all-star weekend of Adventist hoopers over at Loma Linda Academy. Aiden's going to be there in the three-point shooting contest. They're going to have a slam dunk shooting contest. Boys and girls are coming to this event, and it's going to be pretty exciting. And so I'm proud that our own player was able to make it. Aiden, talk to me a little bit about what it took to become that level of a basketball player. And, both of you can talk about what is it like being a student athlete, balancing school and being an athlete at an elite level. I mean, Luke, you were playing in the Southern Section Championships last year at this time. So both of you, talk to me a little bit about what it's like playing at that elite level and balancing that with your school.
It was cool seeing kind of our smaller school show up to a tournament like that, like CF Championships. It was, I don't know, I feel like we've always been the underdog. So it was cool showing up, seeing all the other schools there. There were 17 other schools, including us. So
Yeah.
that's, I mean, there's at least 6, 7 per team. So
6, 7.
There's quite a bit of kids there, which was intimidating.
Well, 17, you don't sell yourself short. 17 out of the hundreds in the section, out of the hundreds in our division, I should say, and whittled down to those teams, and then we wound up top 2. I mean, it's a lot of work there. Did you find that you were able to get the balance between school and playing at that elite level? Did you find that balance, or did school really suffer at that time?
I don't know. It's kind of that's a rough question, but we didn't really suffer at all. It was just kind of, we were out there playing our game. Yeah. We did what we needed to do, and we we got beat out by another school by a couple strokes, which sucks because that was probably one of the closest times our school has ever been that high in ranking.
Yeah.
And kind of our putting like our school logo out there, like having them see it on the CIF app was pretty sick. So once people saw it, we showed up and everyone overlooked us completely. I mean, we were all sharing a range spot when warming up, and we all got separated. You know, we gathered and prayed and stuff, and we were out there and we were just all playing our own game. Yeah. And when they saw that, they were like, "Who are that?" Like they didn't even know who we were.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't really suffer. We just did what we needed to do and showed up. And Coach Jimmy was a big part of that. He was out there doing as much, trying to fit in his own work time, his family, and was still out there training us nonstop. And I feel like that's why we're going to make it this year. It's because he's given us the tools that we needed to proceed and championships. And we've got Aiden and Jack as 2 new players, and JC's been playing really well. Carter and Ryan's getting really good too. And if we can play our game and have a couple of new backups, you know, people that are able to play golf and do what they need to do, then we'll be fine. So
yeah, Aiden, making this All-American, you obviously put a lot of work in. In fact, last year I would catch you every now and again on lunch break shooting hoops in the gym, or after school coming and steal a ball, and you would go out there and shoot with Zoe. I remember that happening quite a few times last year. But the amount of work that it takes to be a player at an elite level, I know because my son plays a lot of sports and, you know, at a pretty high level for his age group. How have you been able to balance that in your life? Have you found balance there? I think a lot of athletes don't find balance. They spend all their time in athletics. Have you found a balance there? You know, getting to this high All-American level for Adventist hoops. What has that been like in your life?
Well, honestly, I don't think I'm elite. When I'm elite, there will be a difference. Like there's still not a difference. Obviously, between like freshman year now, there's a difference.
Right.
But when it comes to like elite, being me now and elite, there's a difference.
Gap.
So, and I know where that gap is, and I yet to fill that gap. So I think this is just the first step, especially with this All-American thing.
Right.
So getting the gap that's needing to be filled is this whole summer, obviously leading up to this is at the end of the summer.
Right.
So, but I think it's just been over the years. I didn't even start playing basketball seriously and taking it seriously. And I wasn't even, to be honest, I wasn't even that good until about freshman year. And that's why I actually took basketball seriously.
Right.
And then that's when I was like, okay, maybe I could actually push. And I started watching college ball, and I was like, wow, this is a whole new experience. It's just seems so cool to be part of a team. And
when you were in 8th grade, you didn't play when you showed up, huh?
I know I did. I played for.
But did you play outside of school, or was it kind of just a?
It was. I played during the summer. I did the summer leagues, but I did play outside of school for a little bit, and I did a lot of training to be ready for freshman year.
Yeah. Your dad played a couple of years of college ball last year, didn't he? When I was there, I'm pretty sure he was on the squad. I think I'm almost 100% sure he played.
He may have played there because he played in another D2 school.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't actually asked him that all the time.
We'll probably get him on the show one of these times.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just feel like that the balance also between like student life and academic, or not so like athletic life, is like it's something you have to like basically be committed to. Like most kids that do sports and do like take sports seriously and take academics seriously, they don't do go to get a job. They don't do a lot of other work. It's summer, all sports practically.
Usually they're homeschooled. No?
Yeah, they're usually homeschooled. Like Matthew Deal, and who's now at GCU.
Yeah,
playing.
I know Matthew.
He's ranked 30. I think he got ranked 37th in the country right now.
Wow. So he's having a good
Yeah, he's doing really well. He all he did was homeschool, and he practically finished. He got a 50% scholarship. Did a little bit extra. Did his little corrections that GCU asked him to do. Did that, and
But do you think his parents and them sacrificed, or I mean,
honestly, no. That's the thing.
Was it his talent that got him to where he's at, or do you think his parents had to sacrifice a lot of money to put the commitment and see it in his eyes, be like, hey, if we're gonna put all this money into you, we're hoping that you do it. You know, like that's scary, putting that much money into a kid and hoping that they're gonna make it.
The thing is, his parents were never forcing anything on him. That's also the thing that I appreciate. His parents never said, "Oh, you have to play golf, like you have to do good. His parents were very lean back, like, okay, if you don't want to do it, because he was already gonna follow in his dad's footsteps with the practice, whatever. But since he saw golfing, he's passionate. So it's like, you're gonna push it, or you're not gonna push it. He started pushing it. He basically had to have his own self drive and push all the way through.
He
Yeah,
wound up
I-
getting some college money for that. then.
Yeah, I just say that because golf isn't cheap. I mean, you've got
golf isn't
clubs. I mean, just
Yeah.
looking at tee time is expensive. You know, if you're playing, if you're not playing some, cheap course like Colin, I mean, tee times range from $100 to $350, $500. You know, so it's
Get to.
yeah. I obviously like us, our smaller team, we play, courses wherever we can get him for free, or something like that. But I mean, if he needs the best conditions for him to perform, it's not cheap.
Well, are either of you thinking about trying to get a little bit of college money with the sports, or are you just playing now for fun?
You start.
For fun. It's not. We're not good enough. Maybe JC's pretty good. He'll probably definitely get some college money. He's not as good as Matt Deal, and he's not. I don't know. He's been kind of distracted from a lot of different things going on in his life.
He's up and down.
Exactly.
Right.
One time
Focuses in here. He's got what a year left.
he's got hurt.
He has the summer. If he doesn't do anything this summer,
It's gonna be tough.
like, obviously, I'm not trying to hurt his feelings anyway. I'm literally saying this as like a genuine friend. If he doesn't have the summer to work his game, it's gonna be very hard for where he wants to go. I know his standards where he wants to go.
Right.
It's gonna go in the opposite direction.
But do you think he can do it? I think he can do it.
Oh no, most definitely. He was already there before COVID. He was better before COVID than he is now. But
Right.
he's COVID, everything.
Basketball. He's
Basketball,
got
it's just
chapel. He's got his hands full.
Right.
But if he needs to think about his future, maybe he needs to drop some of these things that don't matter. And that's kind of why I don't know. I've got stuff going on at home and whatever, but I feel like that's why I'm always like, get me out of school. I got better things to do. I got to focus on my future. I've got stuff to do like that. But if he kind of had that mentality of, I want to win, I want to be the best, I want to get out there and I want to do what I need to do, then he can
honestly could be
easily.
He was easily better than Matthew Deal too. Easily by far.
At that age.
Oh no, like I'm talking 3 years ago, he was miles ahead of him.
Right.
And
But also, I mean, he doesn't have as much as Matt Deal had. It's like
don't even eat
you're
that.
yeah, I understand
His
that.
parents sacrifice a lot too. That's another thing I do. Is
His mom is at everyone's
His mom's at everything.
Oh, yeah.
His mom drives him a lot. I love that woman.
They all drive.
Not just him, dude.
He drives me.
Yeah,
drives
like
all of us.
she's out there. Miss Renee has done a lot too.
Miss
Just
Renee
throw that in there. But they have been the best supports ever. They must not know all about golf. How to teach us on some stuff, but they have always worked their butts off to make sure that we're ready to go and 100% for our golf matches. So
Yep.
that's huge.
Well, we've been on a historic run here at Redlands this year. I mean, Coach Beck, you've been at Redlands longer than me. I mean, isn't this the best we've? He's nodding his head over there. But this is, I mean, we've won in the boys sports that we played. Football, starting at football,
One
basketball,
would be twice.
soccer.
Oh yeah.
What else is there? Cross country as well. Four league championships this year on the boys side.
One cross country.
And that's historic for us. We're a small little program, and it's say what you want. We haven't done it before,
Yes.
and we've got some really experienced teams in our league.
But will that change when the juniors leave and the seniors?
Help change when we leave.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, is it tied to the junior and senior class are very competitive, very into sports, or obviously for us it's going to go in waves. But what do you give that success to, or what is it that has given us that success? This 2-year span of time. What's given us the success?
It's our drive. It's the fact that we want to win. The seniors and juniors now, when we were freshmen and sophomores, like we'd see Caleb and all of them and whatnot, but they didn't have that like fire in their eyes of like, oh, I want to win. Like, I don't care how small of a school we are.
Right.
That's what I think. Our class has always been, everything we do, stupid chapel games,
We're going to dominate.
Like, exactly. Yeah. We're going to do the best that we can to win. And that's what I'm curious to see is that if that's just going to, that little fire in us is just going to burn out.
Or has it been a culture shift, and you guys have given that fire to?
Well, you have to look at
Younger
it. Like
generations of
sophomore
kids.
class, sophomore. There's. Can you name a couple
Name a couple that actually
off the top of your
We
head?
got a couple of my boys in there that are really into sports. I mean, with
But-
that class,
No,
I think they have that fire, but it's really tied to volleyball.
Yeah,
so
but you
I
got
don't know if
nothing
we're going to
else.
have the dominance
I
that
don't
we
even
have.
think next year you're gonna have a baseball team.
Yeah.
We were talking
I
about.
am concerned about the numbers. I mean, today's game with the seniors out, I think we went Ironman and played nine players the full game today's game. So I am concerned a little bit about numbers there. But that leads me to my next question. What is something that you guys can? I've talked to both of you about this, and you have been, I think, not really that into this. But what can you give to the next generation? Is that something I'm wanting that for you guys? It's part of why I even started this podcast. How can you give that fire to the next generations?
What is there to give if you're not even willing to come up to me or
Yeah.
come to anyone that's older than you and really ask for that? Because like I could like my freshman year, I wanted to play so bad for especially I wanted to start because there was only one. Technically, all four starting spots freshman year for basketball were always locked. It was Tyler, Caleb, Micah, and Nathan.
Yeah.
So,
McCall.
yeah.
McCall.
Those are the there was a fifth spot. It was between me, Carter, Jared, and Benson.
Yeah.
It was one of the, and I was asking Coach Gray at the time. I was asking what can I do? What am I doing? Can I do this? I went to a lot of trainings so I could do that. I was asking. I was constantly asking, and I think that's something I still struggle with a little bit right now. Yeah, it's because I'm trying to find someone who I could actually talk to. That's why I talk to my father most of the time.
Sure.
Because he knows what it's take to.
But did you talk to those older guys?
Yeah.
Did you talk to those older
Yeah, I
guys?
talked to
Those four starters?
Like I'd say the only person that I know right now who's talked to me about that sort of stuff is Hudson. Like I see my father sees it. A lot of people see it. Hudson,
He's a learner.
he's learning. He learns fast and he has fire. He's fire. Once he gets his growth spurt and once he gets the thing, I think he'll be like a better. No offense, Benson. A better
Shots
Benson.
fired.
A better Benson.
He's going to be a better Benson.
Yeah.
You heard it here first on Hot Lunch Day. That's a hot take right there. Coach Ben, you heard it over there. He said Hudson is going to be better than Benson.
But that falls into kids playing sports that they don't even want to play. They're just playing because their
Right.
friends tell them, or you just want
or
some
we need
extra
it.
money in your pocket, you know.
Yeah, I play golf.
I do it. Inflating the team.
Oh yeah, play golf.
I don't
$400
get
in
anything
my
out
left
of
pocket,
this.
buddy.
I'm talking to text my mom.
I need that to pay the course. I do need that.
No.
Thank you, Ms. Calhoun, for letting Aiden play the game. Thank you so much.
My phone wanted me to play. My dad was like, yeah,
I gotta thank him.
because he's wondering if I'm actually like we said talking about being committed.
Right.
But you ask him. We were literally playing in hailing rain last week.
Yeah, it was Thursday. We were at Ukaipa.
Shot good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Decent,
were
better.
playing Ukaipa, and we're like, we don't need a cart, you know. Let's just play 9 holes. It's late at night. Everyone was like, oh, I'm not practicing today. Carter, all the
yeah. They were
me and
all
Aiden
those.
are like, let's go get around it. You know,
take it
everyone's
back.
like, oh, it's gonna rain. Blah blah. Blah. Golfers play in rain all the time. You know, it's a matter of fact if you want to play or not.
Is the courses, are they open during inclement weather?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, if you've got a tee time booked,
Yeah.
and
It's up to you, really.
yeah,
It's up to what you want to do.
so we were out there and it starts hailing. And Aiden is like, I gotta piss. So he goes piss. I'll shoot you. That's not bad.
That's not a bad word.
Come on, we can probably cut that. He's got to use the restroom.
Run it back.
We're out there in Ukaipa. Aiden's gotta take a leak.
Use the facilities, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm standing underneath the tree right now. It's starting to drizzle a little bit. It starts hailing. And we're like, let's keep playing.
Yeah.
You know, and so we tee off. We're getting drenched. There's thunder and lightning. We're having a good time. We finish the hole. We get in the truck, and we look at each other. That was a great time. Our shoes are soaked. We get Taco Bell. His mom comes and picks him up. We had a great time. I shot a 43. Aiden shot his best score.
That was 59.
Yeah, 59. And then the next time he went out, he shot a 57.
Right.
You know, I don't care what anyone says. Him going out practicing definitely had to do something with the time he shot out and shot a 57.
That's right.
You know, it's just a little bit of taste of the drive that you need to keep in your body to proceed in the game of golf. It's all mental. So
Any sport, to be honest, any sport.
any sport, yeah, but especially golf. Like, I'm not just saying that because I play golf. I mean, football, you got to work as a team. Baseball, all that stuff. Like,
It's teams.
but golf, you're alone. You know, it's
Talk to me. We're going to get real here for a second, boys. It's hot lunch takes, so we got to have a hot take here. Sports for most people is just a game.
Oh,
You're out here just a game. It's something to watch. It's entertainment. But how can you? Is it possible to find any value within sports that you can translate into your real life?
yeah.
We have real things going on right now. We
Discipline.
talked about Coach Wheeler passing, and for me, sports at a time can not necessarily be an escape from that real life, but it can be a real comfort when you're missing your boy.
it's
We deal with some harder things in our lives. Can sports be more than just a game?
that's
100%.
That's like it's like finding like your love. It's like when you say within classic, you want to move on. You're like trying to find something. You got something to fill that gap. You got to find that love. Then you're like, oh, I found golf. Oh, golf. It's just as much as I would hate to just I sliced right. Oh, I'm done playing. This is ridiculous. I triple bogey every hole. As much as you would like to just quit, but you feel like, you know what? If I stop playing, I bet for him, you stop playing golf, you stop taking it seriously. What would Coach Tim say? What would he say?
You're not gonna play well.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go out there and shoot what you want to shoot. So
It really comes down to that. It's you find, and it's like another love basically. You got
yeah, at first you find that girl, and then you realize, that sport won't leave you, or that sport won't do that to you, or something like that. And you can go out there and you can. I mean, it's hard for other sports like baseball. I mean, you can still work on baseball alone, but like basketball, you can go into an empty gym and you can start shooting.
You can get
Non-stop.
shots up. Yeah.
You go out to the range, start hitting. Doesn't matter how long you want to be out there. It's about you.
It doesn't.
That's the thing that sucks about baseball, is that you got to have at least 9 players.
Right. It is.
know,
it is a lot more.
Something like that.
Team organized.
9 players plus the equipment.
That's why, same thing with dirt bikes. Like, when I used to race and stuff and be into it, like, that was like my love. Like, I would be out there and it would just, I feel like I'm free, Also, it's playing a sport that relies on you and no one else. That's why I feel like my love has fallen into golf, is because you're the one out there, that you're relying on.
You can't make any excuses. You can't.
Exactly.
You literally can't, because it's all you.
This girl played bad in softball. This guy played bad in soccer. Like, we would have won if he made that shot, or if he hit a home run, or he hit
You like the solo sport because
Exactly.
it's all on your shoulders, all on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the team sports for the exact opposite reason. When I'm having a bad day, I can be like, oh, Aiden, you get the ball, you get the shot.
Yeah.
And so I like to rely on those.
Well, even teammates, you say, oh, yeah, those teammates you have to rely on, though, those teammates have suffered alone and have loved the sport.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think if you want to be good, you can't be like, oh, I'll play this sport for fun.
And when you do that and you beat down on someone like that and just kind of like are just pissed off or mad, they shut down. They're like, okay, this sucks. Like, this coach ruined it for me, or this teammate ruined it for me. And that's when they're like, all right, move on to something else.
I found a lot of joy in sports because I wasn't good at school. I was a poor student. I didn't study well. I didn't have good study skills. I learned later in life it's because I couldn't read well. I don't know if I got some undiagnosed dyslexia or something. I couldn't read well. And so I really hated school. But in sports, I finally found something I could really thrive at and be better than other people at and be skilled at. And so I always used to call myself a finely tuned athletic machine when I was growing up, when I was your guys' age, because I was skilled in it. I could play any sport, really. I never did try volleyball much. I got more of a love for volleyball, becoming an athletic director now, and I love to see the beauty of that sport. But sports has really been powerful in my life. And anyway, thanks, guys, for sharing the time talking about a little bit of sports and what sports has done in your life. We're not always going to be talking about sports on this show. We're going to be, just tackling any topics that teens might be interested in. We pick sports to start off with because all of us play and we're really into it. Thanks so much for tuning in, those of you that tuned in with it. This has been Hot Lunch Takes. I'm your host, Lemar Sandiford. I'm here with Luke and Aiden. Thanks so much for the guys behind the scenes. We got Ben, Alex, and Sammy, my boy, back there hooking us up. Thank you. Tune in again here in a couple of weeks, and we'll hit you with the next episode.
See you.
Got through the whole thing without cursing.